Yeah, I forgot I turned the music down. Hang on, I'll put it back up again. Professional. Pure professional. Nowhere else in the vaping world will you come across such dedication to the art of buggering up doing a live. Right, what have we got? We have me, we have sound, and you can see me, I can see you. Well, not see you, because that would be really, really scary. There are people in chat. Thank you for coming along on this fine Thursday evening when you've got nothing else to do. You're hiding in the toilet and said to your good lady or partner, I'll be back in 5 minutes. So I'll try and keep this short for you. Thomas goes straight to the top of the class. Squonking is the future, and the future is now. Absolutely. I'm not going to read through everybody's name because I love you all equally, apart from Witro. I just need to make it clear now. I have no issue with anybody from Mexico, any Mexicans at all. It's just Witro that I don't like. It's so any jokes that I may make regarding tacos and things like that are directed at him and nobody else. One day he's going to get on a plane, he's going to knock on my door and knock my head off. But yes, thank you to everybody for popping along this evening. We'll try and, as always, I've scheduled this for a stupid time when thankfully nobody will notice it's live and we'll have hardly anybody here. Yeah, we've got vlog, a man in, Himlin says, a man in the shed talking rubbish. What could be better than a Thursday evening? That's a good question. What would be better on a Thursday evening? I could think of a few things. No, things I can't actually discuss. There's anybody? Yeah, Daniel obviously pointed out there was no intro music because Daniel spends he's dedicated his life to pointing out my inadequacies and the size of my waist. So, tacos are the future. It has to be said, tacos are the future. It's Glenn. All the happy people are here. All the happy people here. Right, I'm going to have a little, excuse me, a little drink from my mug. Don't forget that the Hussar was the #1 RTA of 2020. Non-Greek, I hasten to add. What's on the road? What's on the doors for tonight? Right. I've just got a few bits and bobs to show you. That I've not shown. Patrons will have seen this stuff already, so you can leave now if you want. Everything else I haven't shown in video, so I'll show you all that and a couple of little things I'd like to discuss somewhere in there. And as always, if you have any questions, fire away. Yes, any questions, fire away. I'm not going to recommend anything, and I'm not going to tell you what my favourite oil is either. Right, there we go. There's Glenn. Glenn is my first victim of the night. Glenn, switch your caps lock off, and this is not the place for buying things. Please, don't. Not here, not ever. This is not the place to buy things from other people. You're a very nice man, but stop it. Daniel, you're never trying to help me. You're always just trying to take the piss. I know what you're like, because I would be the same. Oh, Music Factory. Pascal Alexandra. Bonjour, good evening. Merci Porto per your videos formidable. Yes, my videos are very good. Thank you very much for pointing that out. Hang on. I haven't got a clue. I don't know what he said. I don't know what he said. Oh, oh, now my Google Translate isn't going to work. This is why I can't even copy that. This, I feel terrible. Come on, somebody translate. This is where I find out that it's just spam. Hello, Pascal from Belgium. Oh, thank you for all your wonderful videos. Daniel says he's Belgium. Yeah, thank you very much. My pleasure. What else have we got there? Your favourite oil is Coolada, isn't it? Oh yes. Is Mind Bomb your only the album? No. I'll tell you what. This is the one of the few the albums that I don't have on vinyl. I have pretty much all of them. I don't have the new album, I have to admit. But I have this on tape and I have this on CD. And to buy it on vinyl is just, I was on Discogs and they're wanting silly money, even second hand for this. So, no, yes, in answer to your questions, I have several the albums. Sorry, that went off topic really quickly, didn't it? We have people from Greece, and people from Iowa, USA. How's the Orion doing? The RB8 is brilliant. I'll get on to that. What do you think of the new Alien movie? It was better than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, it was better than I thought it was going to be. I still enjoyed it. It wasn't as disappointing as, say, you know, like we all waited for Alien versus Predators. Thought, how awesome is this going to be? And then you saw the movie and you were just gutted. It was nothing like that. It was still an enjoyable movie. You've not seen a tape for a year or two. Right, let's get into this. I need a vape. I've not vaped yet. Oh, before we go, hang on. Let's. Squonking is the future, and the future is now. We'll come back to that. For those of you that never saw it not in the news, things that happened this week. This wee guy, for those of you that remember, this is one of my Metal Madness Vapor mods. I'm sure plenty of you will know Metal Madness Vapors. If you don't know that one, here I've got some oldie goldies here. Let's just dig out the ones I've still got. I've had them all over the years. I've got another one. What's the other one? Oh, hang on, just remembered. I can go here. So all these mods were, over the years, made by Metal Madness Vapors, who unfortunately announced this week that they are closing the doors. I'm sure a lot of you will know them for the Palm Squonker. That was the one that really, you know. Oh, I've got more. I've got more Squonkers. I've got Metal Madness Vapor Squonkers up there as well. No, I've not. I'm telling porkies. Shit. No, I've not got Metal Madness Squonkers. I've got a Lachlan, which is like a Metal Madness Vapor Squonker. Anyway, that's by the by. For those of you that don't know, they were... Metal Madness Vapors were on the go. I'll tell you how long they've been on the go for. Look at this. Once upon a time, I used to look like that. That's me 12 years ago when I was half the man I am and the shed looked nothing like it does now. That was me reviewing The Did, the short did. And yes, that's how long they've been going for, or they were going for. But beautiful people, wonderful company to deal with. Met them several times over the years. My only regret is not meeting Miriam with the hat. I would love to have met her in person, because she always gave me rocks. She just, yeah. Do you guys, how many of you here remember their gear over the years? Did you have any? Did you own any? I've got, yeah, Neil, I know about the Aliens TV show, mate. That's not far away. I read the graphic novel years ago. Cloud Chucker, do you have the Alexa 6 Borrow Bridge and Tank? Yes, I did a review for it, my friend. Remind me about that. We'll discuss that more later on. Matt, never got anything from Metal Madness MMV. Mr. Vapes, Jeff Vapes. Was that when you had the squeaky voice? Oh, fuck off. You look the same but less... Hang on a second. Can I... I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do this. I don't know if the volume for this will come through or not, but I'll see. Listen to the voice, okay? I took a balmy and I ended up trading that for a short did, which was somebody I traded with before, Ryan, and hell of a nice bloke. And I don't know if you could hear that or not. For some reason, 10 years ago, I had a really squeaky voice. It was really squeaky. I don't know what. I think my voice just dropped when I hit 45. I don't know what happened to you. And screw you for mentioning it. Screw you for mentioning it. Horrible people. You look like a right Ned in that trap. I've always looked like a Ned. Anyway. Can you start again, please? Mr. Hinchliffe is here. Thank God. Baldy Shed. You're Scottish and that's why. Mick Biker 69. Recommendations is not something I do, I'm afraid. Not to sound like a complete dick, because I usually am, but I don't do recommendations. Everything I think about something is in the video, is in the review for that device. What you do with that information is entirely on you. I would say that the Taita X2, I didn't have much luck with the Taita stuff. The last RBA I did a review for them, I actually quite enjoyed, but I can't remember which one it was. I'm sorry, I can't tell you which one it was. Neil, out of all the companies you've had products from, which one is the best in your opinion? Can't do that either. Not for the reasons you may think. What I think is best, I think my relationship with modders is built on not only the gear but how I get on with them, friendships developed over years and things like that. So it's actually hard sometimes when people ask me which company do you think's the best. It's based on a relationship with the individuals as well as the mods they make. When I do a review, well, that doesn't matter. When I do the actual review, that's the truth. I remove as much bias as humanly possible from a review. But if somebody asks me what's the best I've ever dealt with, or what I think's the best, then I kind of try and avoid that. Where did I get this one from? Did anybody remember where I took this mod from? Was it up there? I'm sure it was up there. Sorry, I've got to put everything away, or it just lies out and it just gets dirty. Because I'm a dirty kind of guy. Everything's covered in VG anyway. I mean, there's no two ways about it. And oh, that went back in there. There we go. Right, sorry. Did I have a vape? I can't remember. I'll have another vape. Yum, num, 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 num. Yeah. Do you know? Right. No, I'm not telling you. I was going to tell you about the lighting and why it's different, but you'll just take the piss out of me again, because that's all you ever do. Have you tried the V-Tank for the Megan? The V-Tank for the Megan? The Megan was a P-Tank mod, wasn't it? I'm trying to remember. Sorry, I can't remember. I kind of took a step back. I got rid of all my P-Tank mods. P-Tanks just didn't hold anything for me. It was an avenue I didn't want to go down. I didn't see the appeal. So anything that I got for review for P-Tanks and whatnot, I just got rid of. So apologies. If that's... So the answer would be no. The answer would be no on the P-Tank. I'm just looking. P and V is quite far away in the keyboard. So that's why I'm thinking that the V-Tank is actually something else. I don't know. Right. What else? Did Metal Madness Vapors. One other thing I'm going to mention. Right. Now, before you kick off, give me a second, okay? Just give me what you say. Give me a second. Now, I did a review for this from Moon Customs, and in that review, I gave points of view, and what I do is what I always do. I review the device. I try my best to stay out of all the shit that's going on in the outside world, and just review the device for what it is. However, because of the price, it's expensive in the world of vaping. But my main comment on it was that I didn't believe it was a clone. I apologise if there's anybody out there that's going, I can't comment on this, or I can't comment on his channel anymore. I warned you in the video, if you were going to comment on it, be polite. You know, if you want to make a point, make it politely, you know. And if you don't, if you're just going to be an arsehole, then I'll just block you from the channel. So there was a couple of people that were arseholes. I asked them to stop, they kept going, so I blocked them from the channel. You were warned. You were warned. At the end of the day, if something's more expensive, who cares? There's so much choice in the vape game. There's something for everybody's budget. Move on. Just move on. You know, I drive a 22-year-old Subaru Estate. But I don't go around chasing people that drive Audi RS6s complaining how much they cost. That would be stupid. You worry about you. I'm a clone. I am a clone. Where's your alpha? Where's your alpha? I don't know what my alpha is. What's my alpha? I don't know. Just CC coils, kind of like in the Odd Job V2 after the faff with the coil. Is a bit of a faff. If you'd watched my review, you would know that. Just saying. I need to vape something else. Hi, Simon. Anyway, do you want to see something else? Alpha Panda Bridge. Oh, sorry, the Alpha. Sorry. You mean that thing that I'm actually vaping on just now? We'll start off with that. We'll start off with that. I'm so sorry. This will happen to you one day. You'll forget things. Right. Happy closey. This is what I believe the good gentleman was talking about. In here, you see the Alpha. Excuse the old custard juice that's a wee bit discoloured. Yes, I got new doors for my riser, and they're all covered in fingerprints from Mr. Tony Tuffin. Very pretty. I do like this mod. Yes, I stand by everything I said in the review. It was slightly bigger than I thought it was going to be. It's slightly heavier than I thought it was going to be. But it's built really, really well. And I do kind of like it for that. Anyway, so the Alpha wicked. Now, I've had this for a wee while. The reason I've never recorded a review for it, and if you've watched anybody do a review, they should have told you about this, but nobody did. There was an issue with some of the ear pins. So some of the ear pins that went out to, I think it was the early adopters, reviewers or whatever, there was a mistake with the ear pins on the factory part. They'd machined them wrong, so it meant that all the larger airflow ear pins whistled like buggery. I mean, the noise from them was unbelievable. The flavour's great, but the noise from it was bad. But now I have the proper ear pins. They've been redone and sent out. So everybody that's getting this now has the updated pins. It's very good. The flavour's very good from it. It's very easy to build on. You almost build it like an RDA. And it is machined very well also. I will be doing a review for this one. Hopefully, earlier or early next week. It's... Huh? Oh. Thank you, Mo. Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to be plugging that, haven't I? So, I'm going to have a vape. Hang on. So, yes, another RBA. Here's the thing. Are people, is it me or is people getting a wee bit tired of borrows and RBAs? I know, I mean, viewing numbers and all that in the vaping world are, anyway, but I do notice that viewing numbers in RBAs, borrows, mods and things like that seem to be going down noticeably. I don't know if people are just finally getting sick of them, or what do you think? Or am I just imagining, is it just people full stop aren't watching anything I do, or is it just, is it a thing? Is it a thing? Oh, that's a good call, Bobby. Yeah, you think the Odd Job V2 is better for mouth to lung than the Sturdy one? Oh, I don't know about that. I'm gonna go against you on that one. I think the Sturdy one is better for mouth to lung. I think the Odd Job V2 is probably on par, if not better, for RDL. But that's the thing. We're all different. We all vape different juices, different resistances, different taste buds. It's not surprising that people think other things are better than other things. People that get upset over other people's opinions, they're off their heads. CC Coils is liking it a more RDL, but he's liking it. Yeah. TJ's, I rarely leave comments on a video, but I always watch and leave a like. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Johnson here. Hello, John. Mr. Pelosi would like to see a dope R for the dot mod. Yeah. Dominic's had too much in the borrows and the RBAs. And Paul's saying people have bought 8 million RBAs now. Take something special to care, maybe. Yes. What else we got here? Coils. What's your favourite RDL borrow bridge? I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you. These are the ones that I keep. I've got 10 spaces. I don't keep. If I get something in and I think that it's better than something that's here, then something goes. So I only ever have 10, and I only ever have however many Atties you see here. I never keep more. It's just something comes in. If it's great, I keep it and let something go. I've got bridges that I use frequently, but once again, as I said earlier on, I use them because they're good, but also because I like the modders. I like the machining on them, and you know, like the Vapeware mod stuff. Costas, I love his gear. Skynet's from Vasily. Vasily's one of my favourite people on the planet. What else? The Moth. There's a recent one that I really like, the Moth. That was a good RBA. Obviously the Sturdy, the Nutsu, the original Nutsu with the slam cap. The Unknown by Ross. And there's some others there as well. The Straw, you loved the Cloud RBA. I did. The Cloud RBA went. But there's a thing. If somebody was to say, I'm going to try an RBA, would you recommend one? I'd say, well, I don't like to do recommendations, but if I was stuck in your shoes, then I would. I mean, even though it's not here, and this tells you a thing in itself, even though it's not here, I still think it's one of the best RBAs to give a newbie out there. Dead easy to wick. It's got all the pins, and the flavour is tremendous from it. It's a good place to start. But I didn't keep it because I got better ones. For me, they're better for me. I don't watch whoever pays him. Dominic, you just don't pay me enough to put up with your shit, mate. You really don't. There isn't enough money in the world. I had a lot of issues with dry hits using the Sturdy. Bobby, the Sturdy is finicky with wicking. It is. There's a fine line between it being too much, too little, flooding, dry hits. There is a fine line. I don't disagree with you on that one. But Sinistral, oh my god, blast from the past. You can pick a Cloud up for pennies. Glenn's running 4 mods tonight. Do not forget the duck. Yes, the duck is there. Right. Next. I'll show you this just now. I showed you that one. Since we're doing that one, we can show you this one. Hang on while I read it and remember what it's called. No, I'm just pretending I know what I'm talking about. And wait a minute. Yep, there's no lip gunk. Things you have to check. Boink. Right, this is a new RTA that is just out, or the list just went up, or people are just getting them. It's the NOLA. Now, this is a collaboration between... Actually, the NOLA is a collaboration between the guy that made this mod and the guy that made this mod. There you go. Tony Tuffin, and Yosef, one of my favourite Egyptians. I only have 2 favourite Egyptians, and one's not Egyptian. Figure that one out. Anyway, sorry. So the Nola, this is well, it's an RTA. It's a 3.2 or 3.3 milliliter capacity. I forget how much it's coming in at. There'll be a full review. It does mouth to lung up to about 3.5. It'll do a 0.8 up to a 3.5 air pin. You've got different pins for the side. However, those pins, it's still an under coil air pin. There's a pin underneath the coil. I'm scared to show. Oh, geez, I hate. No, I'm not. I'm not taking it off. It's probably got manky custard in there just now. But it's a vertical wicker. Vertical wicker. The two, I forget. Oh, it's about 1.2 mil. 1.2 mil holes in the bottom of the deck here. You can open and close that with this. And yeah. So I'm still in the midst of putting builds through this, and there'll be a review in a week or so for this one. Obviously, it's on my Eclipse, and which is carbon fiber, baby, very carbon fiber, and yeah, there we go. I forget what I've got in it just now. More custard. There's a shocker. Flavour's very good for it. Now I've got rid of the taste. No, I'm not going to say it. Yeah, no, the flavour has been good from it. Paul Hinchcliffe, you're already on Patreon. Why you get... Don't... Mo, he's conned you. He's absolutely conned you. But if you're interested in that, you can get that from Mod's House. Is one of the groups. Yeah, Mod's House or Konshu. You'll get it there as well. Right. What else have we got there? Did I miss anything? It's random. Yes, Paul, you are a member. There is no denying that, my friend. Glenn wants a spanner as well. Glenn, you'll always be a spanner, my friend. It's right. Next. Here's a weird one for you. Don't ask me how I ended up with this. A while ago, I don't know, was it a couple of years ago, the Orion 2 came out. And I reviewed it, and I let it go pretty quickly. However, the RBA came out, and I never got it sent it for review because I'm not a very popular reviewer, so I don't get sent lots of stuff. But so I went out and I bought this second hand, and you know something? I'm really enjoying it. I will say here, I want to say a thank you to Rob at Stealth Vape for being so helpful. And also to, is it Legion of Vapors? Legion of Vapors. Because I bought carbon fibre doors from them. They were dirt cheap. But I got the forged carbon fibre doors, and I've used them a few times now, and their service is top notch. And yeah, so shout out for Legion of Vapors. I say I bought it second hand, and it's not I wouldn't say it's a flavour monster, but it's not shit. It's actually quite good. I'm enjoying it. I mean, I've only had it for a few days. I've put a fair bit of juice through it, but yeah, I think I'm going to keep this in my what could I call it? I'll call it. I can't call it that. Oh, well, I'll call it that. My fecking off mods. So when I feck off somewhere for a few days, I usually take certain mods with me. It used to always be Delros for almost like 6 years. Every time I went away, I took my Delro with me because it's built-in battery, borrow, compact, and I like my Delros. But I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm not going to talk a lot about Delros because I don't own over 3 like some people. But recently I've been taking the Pixel and I've been taking the Dot Pod Max. Just I can charge them on the go, and I've been really enjoying them. But I'm going to start taking this with me because it's pretty damn good. Which show? I mean, I'm confused. I tell you to shut up a lot of the time. To be fair, mate. I mean, it's the kind of relationship we have. It makes no sense, Dominic. How many times have I done that over the years? I get sent something free to review, I get rid of it, and then I end up having to buy one again. That's really good. And if you get the, is it 4? I don't know. Is it 4.5 mil? The pod. You can get 4.5 mil pods. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Have I missed any questions? Crumply Pork has been enjoying the Pixel as well. I see there's a Monarchy collab coming out. So if you have a fetish for crowns, there's a new Pixel coming out with crowns. I believe there's Stab Wood ones coming down the line as well if you're into that. Destroy. The Dot Pod Max, they're actually coming out with a rebuildable for it. That is coming, which is why I'm still holding on to mine. Even though I love the 0.3 coils, really do. Fartly Cloudy. Oh, Frank Miser's here. Mr. Farts, how's the weather out there? I'll get it now. Fartly. Read from the top and work down would be good. Oh, Glenn's going for a haddock supper. Oh, look at you all posh. Eh? It's a fosh. F-U-S-H. Fosh. A fosh supper. Is the RBE noisy? Can you ninja vape with the Orion? Yes. I mean, I've got the biggest pin in there, and it's still not as noisy as some RBAs I get. Anyway, get to show you this off now. This makes me happy. There's things that make me happy in the vape world. And one is getting an email from Dan telling me that he's sending me out a new squonker. And the other one is having a new squonker. So this is a 21700 mechanical squonker from Dan at Snowcap Mods. And on it is a NAR 8 RDA. Yes, he's changed the design out. He's changed a lot about it. I'm not going to get into it, but it's the AV3, the new one. There are some significant differences. It just performs the same. However, he now has silver contacts, which is great news. Great news. That's really good. It's got the same lockable button. You now no longer, you had to take the battery out to get in at the bottle before, that kind of thing. Well, you've now got a little panel at the side, so you can get in at the bottle that way. So I'll be doing a review for this. I have a black one here as well that Dan sent on, but this is called Dune, or as we say here, June. or doing. So yeah. And do you like the narrate is I know it's shit hard to get into the group, and you can't get into the Narmods group when there's a list going on. I know all the downsides, but if you're a Nar fan, I, I have all the Nar RDAs here, um, but this is the best one for reasons that I'm not going to get into. So there we go. That's that. Ah, got my coffee. Glenn's on the west side. I'm from the west side. I lived in the west side. I grew up in the west side of Scotland. That's where I spent my childhood. Uh, yes, Anthony. There is a new Vapor's Cloud Squonk mod coming out next month. I do believe it's Joule 18650. Yes, I should hopefully be getting that in for review. More Squonkers in for review is never a bad thing. Dayun. A Clutch 18 coming from Signature Tips. Now you're talking. They were great. There was so many versions. So many versions. Yeah, Clutch. What? Aye. Takes me back. Is that the Grim one? I don't know. I don't know. I just know there's a Squonker coming. I don't know if it's a Grim one or not. Yes, it is the Grim one. Oh, we have more members. Holy shit. Mohammed's come from Malaysia. You've come all the way from Malaysia. You must be knackered, mate. Welcome. 18651. Yeah, Matt, it's the original ones that I'm thinking about. They were great. Jason, good question. I actually not get into details why, but I stopped using my drone. But I got my my certificate. I reapplied for my certificate. I renewed it. So I've got stickers, all drones all stickered up, all charged. So yes, I shall be going droning again. Much droning like I do here. No, I'll be getting the drone back out. I love going out with the drone. It's just brilliant. Yes. Big fan. Big fan. And I love watching drone videos as well. It's one of my... I wish that I could work drone video... Being honest with you, there was one day I spent out in the garden trying to get the drone as close to an RDA, I think it was at the time. Flying it up as close as I could and then pulling out, shooting up vertical, because I thought that would be a great intro. I would just reverse it. So it would be like, you know, a couple of 100 feet above the house, fast forward, down, zoom in to the Atty. Could never get it to do it. It took me... One day I'll figure it out. How to incorporate drones into e-cig reviews. Strange. Need another vape. Am I going to Expo? Yes, I am. I'm going to Expo. I'll be there on... we go down on... There's a whole pile of us go down. We'll be down on the Friday. We get drunk on the Friday. We don't go to the Expo. We drink, we eat, we be merry. We go to the Expo on the Saturday and sleep. Find a couch and fall asleep in it, and then we do the same on Saturday night. We get drunk again, and then we bugger off, fly back up on the Sunday. Statler and Waldorf. Do you know, I've not seen Dimmy and Phil I was talking to Phil the other day about cars, actually. We were talking about cars, and I meant to ask him about the side by side that they did and why there was no. I mean, I've it sounds a bit dickish, this, and I apologise if it comes across this way. I don't mean it to. I've been sent every Anakin product for review, I think, since they started. Well, they started just about the same time as me. But I never got the side by side. And I didn't see anybody else. Did I? I think I saw one other review. I think I saw one review from somebody I recognised. But none of the usual people that review Anakin gear, especially in the UK, seemed to get one. And I didn't know why. It was quite strange. But I don't know what's going on with the guys. And but I don't know. I think in so many... It's not my place to ask them, but I think vaping's changed so much that a lot of people are changing direction and going elsewhere, because, let's face it, for a lot of people out there, what they've been doing has, because the business has changed so much, they're not making as much money as they used to, so they're looking at other avenues to make money. And I don't blame them for that. I don't blame them. Hussar, good night, everyone. Oh, good night. Vaping melon, twisting my melon, man. Hello. The coils had a drone till the wind smashed it into a wall. Yeah, it was the wind. Of course it was. Eddie, how you doing, bud? Phil and Timmy was late. They were live with Craig. With Craig? I don't know. With Craig? Oh my God. Talk about slumming it. Sorry, Craig. Actually, I might as well cover this just now because it's as close to a review as I'm going to get. I did mention that people are changing direction in this business because sales and certain things have dropped through the floor, or the arse has fallen out the market for some things, so a lot of people are doing different things. Which takes me... I can't believe I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Here we go. This thing here. Now, before you kick off in chat, please just don't. I know there's at least 20 people in here just now that are just dying to get ripped into this. Just give me a 5-minute head start on you. That's all I'm asking for, is just a 5-minute head start. So, Hussar. Hussar have changed direction. Hussar for many years made RTAs, RDAs, they made mods, they did many things. And after a 6-month hiatus, Matthias, the man behind Hussar, popped up, did a video and said that we're now doing this. So they're now doing a 1000 milliamp hour pod system, and that's it. I've only used the 0.4 ohm pod. I will say the flavour is very good from it. It's close to, if not the same, in my experience, as an Oxfa pod for custard. So, and that's all I've vaped through it. So this is, I think it's going to be 28-30 euros, and they're going to be selling it through various places. I don't know where. Now, how can I put this? I'm going to put this politely. See, I feckin' said to you, give me 5 minutes before you start. Does it work with the semi system? No. Right. Short and sweet version is that, yeah, Hussar sold out. And when I say sold out, I mean they sold shares in their company. They're now owned by a large company in Poland. So Hussar, Matthias, that was behind Hussar, is now a minority stakeholder in the company. So they've changed direction. So yeah, they're now doing the pods. I don't have an issue with them doing pods. Best of luck to them. Go for gold. I'm disappointed in some respects because the one thing he never said, and I wish he had said and he'd been upfront about it, is that the pod itself is an old pod. This has actually been out under another name for over a year, I think it is, or a year. You can actually find this pod. It was for sale in Indonesia. Public, not Pubic. Public was the name of the company. It was branded as before. Now, as far as I'm aware, this Hussar have been working on for 6 months on the coils. There's many different resistance coils that you can get. Trying to perfect the coil to get the best flavour from it. But this bit is a year old. And I wish that he'd been honest with that with the launch video, because people went out and found out about that after the launch. And it ended up, yeah, being a bit of a joke for some people. The thing is, at the end of the day, my humble opinion, and I'm going to read the comments in a second, I don't think it matters a damn what people like me or people that used to buy Hussar products think of this device, because they are not the target audience for this device. And that's it at the end of the day. I mean, if Matthias can get this into the right shops and the right hands, then he's in the pod market, and people that buy fancy la-di-da tanks and mods we're just not his audience. So even though he's getting a bit of a slagging from certain places, I still wish him the best. But I still wish that he'd been completely upfront. You idiot. You absolute idiot. So, I'm not slagging this off. I'm just saying I wish he was more honest. What I will slag off, and I'm going to come out right out here and say this, is that all the people that are posting and watch out for fanboys, they're incredible. Obviously, Matthias sent a whole pile of these out to certain people to promote, if you like, or to give feedback. I'm one of the people that got it, that I'm not going to be promoting it or reviewing it. But there's lots of people in the certain Facebook groups that are saying that it's the best thing since sliced bread, and it is the second coming. It's not. It's a year-old pod with a Hussar sticker on it. I'm not taking away from the fact that the pods do give good flavour, or the 0.4 does, but stop blowing smoke up people's asses. We're not idiots. We know what you're doing. Anyway, that's me. My rant's over. I'm just going to read a bit of chat now. Gone over to the dark side. It doesn't work with the Simi system. The custard coil. I did find that funny though. Matthias, this isn't easy for me because I've got a lot of time for Matthias. He's an absolute fly-by-night cheeky rogue who has a habit of disappearing and leaving people in the lurch. But anyway, that's by the by. The fact he did his live presentation and said, you know, these coils are blah blah blah, and they're really good for custard. They're like custard coils, dead. And then he pulled out a box, going, "This is our new juice line. They're all custards." It was well played. It was very very well played. He's gone over to the dark side. He's sold out in more one way. I don't know if he's sold out. I don't know if he's sold out. I think he should have just... I mean, there's another side to Hussar. If you want to call this, I don't know, say Hussar Vapes, there is the Hussar machine shop side. I mean, Hussar will still be... I mean, they produce a lot of the la-di-da gear that gets sold by modders is made by Hussar. There's a very prominent company out there. Hussar's been making their stuff for years. So I think that side of the business is still going. So, but like I say, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I think we're all of the same opinion. Well, I think most folk are sad to see them. How would I put it? I think most folk are sad to see them go in that direction and wish that they would keep doing what they're doing or what they had done. I know some of us wish that they'd stepped up to the mark with their customer service. I know a lot of people paid good money for the semi system, and but yeah, crumply pork. It doesn't matter one bit. Just don't lie. Absolutely. Neil says Tony B said he's not working with Vandy Vape anymore. They are not doing collaborations with anyone from now on. I want. Do you? Do you think? Now, I'm not going to slag Tony or Vandy Vape off here. This is still one of my favourite beaters. This is on my beater shelf. This is a really, really good little mod. I mean, it's heavily inspired, but I really like it. Do you think that Vandy Vape did the dirty on him or bailed on him or said they're not going to work with him because Tony's no longer a vape channel? And Tony, if you ever see this, I love you to bits, mate. And this is not me being bad mouthing you or anything like that. But I think you would admit yourself, you're no longer, probably wouldn't class yourself as a vape reviewer. You don't get a lot of views on your vape related stuff anymore. So is that maybe why Vandy Vape dropped him? Because in the past, a lot of possibly the buying power was from Tony's name, because he was very prominent in the vape industry, and now he isn't so much. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I must admit that's what I thought, or I thought that went through my head. Anyway. Eddie, I get you, mate. Stephen, I'll send you the bill. You should have been here ages ago. Eddie, if existing customers who need the spares for expensive stuff bought fairly recently have been looked after, just saying was one. Eddie, I agree with you 100%. 100% on that. Yes. I missed something. At our age, my dear boy, it's not selling out. At that age, he's cashing in. Yes. I will not be buying a €300 sleeve for it. No, I will not be. What have I missed? Have you any borrow stuff for review anytime soon? Yes, there will be a review tomorrow for the Arga. The Arga by Ambition Mods. They sent that on to me for review. I think it's been out for about a month, maybe longer. But they got in touch and asked me if I would review it. So I did. And the review will be live tomorrow morning. Well, part of it, I think the larger part is VV and Vape Market Dynamics. When was the last time you saw a product with their logo on it? Good point. Very good point. Hemlin, thank you. Thank you for helping an old man out. And that is everything I have to show you. Agra. The G is before the R. You've no idea. You've no idea how many times on a daily basis that I who was born in the UK. Born in the UK. First, my only language is English, and on a daily basis, I am taken to task by a herring muncher and a fake Egyptian who constantly like to point out my spelling mistakes and my grammatical errors on a daily basis. You couldn't make it up. If you told me when I started doing this 13 years ago that this would be my life, is just, that's just so bad. Thank you, Daniel. That was just for you. Are you getting the other superconductor side by side from Tech Division? Did they do another one? Away. Did he do another one? I never saw another one. Oh, here we go. I'm going to get my toys out the pram now because I missed something from Milo. Sorry. Tech Division. Hang on. I don't see it. It's not the MX1 Micro, is it? No. No, that's an 18350. I honestly don't know which one it is. Which of these only 62? Go, you go. Hang on. We do requests now. Here we go. There's a request for my little billet box. For those of you that don't know the story, this was originally Rob Remus from Steam Island. Bought this, and then he sent it off to Elemental Cerakoting, who I don't think are on the go anymore, which is a shame. And he got this kind of steampunky type Cerakoting job done on it. Rob put it up for sale, and I missed out because I couldn't afford it at the time. Because this, I mean, to get this done cost, I think it was over $1,000, including the cost of the mod to get this Cerakoting job done. But then it came up for sale again, and I picked it up, and it is, I think, for me, is one of my prettiest mods. I absolutely adore this. Yes, it's got a Vital Design sticker, Ivan, because I got change camera, because I like the interior, because the Cerakoting design was done in the interior as well. I got some clear panels from Vital. So yeah. Oh, hang on. We have. Do you have any pipes in your collection? Do I have any? Just you brace yourself. Oh, it's a single one. Sorry, Mo's showing me. Can I show you this? I should be able to show you this. Yeah. Oh, so that's the Castle Bravo one there. Okay. I don't know if I don't know. I like that he's still running with it. I mean, if you... That's over here. The Castle Bravo. These are actually supercapacitors. These are not they're not batteries as you know them. By Tech Division. And if you've heard me going on about Tech Division before, he's always thinking, he's out there doing something different, which I really like. Have you had a chance to take a look at the new Nitrous 23? No, I have not. The Nitrous 24mm RTA. I don't know if I ever did a Nitrous RTA review. I remember doing the RDA, which, if I remember right, was awesome. I can't remember doing an RTA. I really can't. Right, what else am I reading here? Check your messenger. I'll give you a good super. That one's super Cerakote and Jobby. Yep. Yes, Dan, stop making panels. I must actually admit, I just discovered Vital Designs as he was stopping. I found my old ego from near 14 years ago. Hang on. Oh, sorry. Oh, he's gone back to the Golem. Sorry, we're going back to this super capacitor mod again. It is 2 batteries, but it's like, for those of you that remember, years ago, Milo did a mod called I'm sure it was called the Golem. And it had that kind of... Okay. Here, that might actually be quite comfortable in the hand, depending on where he's put the firing button. Ah, thank you, Mo, as always, for keeping me right. Yeah, I mean, that's the Nitrous was... I was really... I'm telling you now, all vape reviewers, they're all narcissists. I was really gutted when they sent me the Nitrous on. I don't think anybody else was really reviewing it at that time, and I sung its praises and said it was bloody awesome. And then other people started reviewing it, and then it got really popular, not because I reviewed it, but because other people reviewed it. And I thought that I was really hoping that they would send me new stuff as well, and they never did. And I was gutted, because I really fancied trying their RTAs and stuff as well, to see if it was as good. Oh, hang on. You asked. Somebody asked a question. There's a pipe. Is that pipey enough for you? That's that's yes, it's an e-cig pipe. Before you ask, it takes a single 26650 battery, and it's just brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I've had many pipes over the years. I usually end up letting them go because they're more... I'm going to be honest, when I say it, pipes are usually more novelty pieces for me. I don't find it something that I like to sit in the living room with it and have a vape. But it's not... It's because it's one of these things that you can't put down comfortably. It always rolls over on its side or whatever. I'm going to... Oh, don't sneeze. I was going to sneeze there. Woo. OG Hatman Sortiel did a good review for 23mm. I don't know who that is. I'm really sorry. I don't know who that is. Have you heard about water-based battery? Always known as aqueous battery, uses water as a primary electrolyte. No, I have not heard of that, I must admit, Neil. Put a couple of crowns in that triangle mod and I'll buy it. Crumply, it's yes, it's very... Do you know a squonk I always fancy, I wanted to try was the Vapor Shark one. I always wanted to try one of them. It only had a tiny wee bottle in it though. I think it was 5ml. It was something, but because of the shape of the mod, it was just... Anyway, Crumbly, are you getting the new RTA from Konshu and Tony Tuffin? Possibly. Not if you have a pipe stand like a proper gentleman. No, no. A pipe stand, you have to vape in it and then position it in a stand. You know, I like to put I just rest it on the top of my belly when I'm watching the telly. So these are things I shouldn't share with people. I thought it was a hammer at first. Waiting on your muted RTA review before I decide on buying it. Will it happen any time? My muted RTA. Muted. Do I have the muted RTA in? Do I? No, I haven't got the muted. Have I? Don't think I have. Oh, shit. See, now the muted RTA, you're now going to tell me that I've got it here. Yeah, there's that moment in my life when I used to see people with bellies resting things on them and thinking, you unfit, disgusting slob. And then one day it happened. It just happened. I was watching a film and realised that I could rest my mod in my belly. And it was the happiest day of my life. What happened to Haku? Haku are yeah, no more. Haku have been not producing anything for years, and as far as I know, will not be. Cemetery Gates, greetings from San Antonio. How you doing? It's not a roof over the tool shop. It's a veranda over the toy shop. Is that what Peter Kay calls it? It was one of his stand-up shows. That's what he said. A veranda over the toy shop. Right. I've nothing left to show you. If you have any questions, if there's anything you want to know, now is the time to ask before I bugger off. I will resist the urge to talk about Patreon and YouTube memberships and all that crap. Go and do something better with your money, or yeah. Hexome V2 Asgard Mini Action. I still have my Hexo. I have my Shed Life Hexome, Shed Edition. No, you can't have one. Reading. Any suggestion for a nice mother's milk liquid? I'm laughing because you're not going to believe this. I binned a bottle of mother's milk this afternoon. I shit you not. I cleared out all these juices that I bought, tried, and they've been sitting in a drawer for ages. And I binned a whole pile of juices, and one of them was mother's milk. It's just, it wasn't how I remembered mother's milk. It was, you had to vape it at a really, really high wattage to get anything out of it. And I don't vape like that anymore. I mean, I used to back in the day. I used to vape at high wattages and have fun with mechs and shit like that. But I don't now. So, yeah. What's your skin routine? Well, if you must know, I use Nivea Soft for my hands. I use L'Oreal for my face in the morning, and that usually sees me through the day. You asked. You asked. Listen, I'm not shy. I mean, I worked in fishing boats when I was a kid. I've been using moisturiser. I'd never heard of moisturiser before. And then I went to work on a trawler. And then I wondered why all these old grizzly men all around me, you know, cigarettes hanging out their mouth and whatnot, before they would go out to pull nets up and things like that, they were all there, moisturiser on their hands. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, listen, I dye my hair for feck's sake. I'm not bothered about telling you I moisturise. Eddie's never heard that one before. Come join the Discord. No, don't. Save your money. Craving Vapor. I honestly don't know. I don't know. BMI. Bloody hell. Did I... BMI. I never reviewed anything by them, I don't think. Very nice. You may have heard of it. Have you seen Grim Green's new squonk? Yes, I have. True Mother's Milk has a meat. Yeah, I remember vaping Mother's Milk back in... It was a vape show I went to in Ireland, and they were actually there. That was over a decade ago. Frank Miser, I'm really sorry. You knew what you were getting into. You knew what you were getting into. Oh, the muted. Yes. No. I don't think I am getting it. And this is another thing. Unless it comes into Creme de Vape, I might. But I do know that I was talking to him and he said they're coming out with an RDL kit for it. Or there's already an RDL out for it. Sorry, I completely... terrible with names these days. But yes, I know the one you're talking about. Patrick. It was Patrick that I was talking to. And yes, I don't know. As a lot of you have heard me say before, I never ask people for things to review because that's just rude. That's just rude. So I don't know if something's coming till they contact me. Adrian, Adrian, this is really weird, but I always say this: that Adrian, has always been a pleasure, and thank you so much. I like Adrian a lot. Good man. Oh, Bob's here. Seawater will screw your... Yes, it will. Put the lotion in the basket. Yes. 13 or 14, 200, or the BMI is probably in the red. Something that completely sterilized the flavour of melon. Yes. Yeah, it's... Brexit was... Without getting into politics, because there's other people out there that like to talk about politics, not me. Yeah, Brexit was really the kick in the balls for the vape game for the UK. Trying to get a hold of something from Germany now is a nightmare. An absolute nightmare. Most of them just won't ship here. Which is... sucks. It really does suck. The Cabello is excellent. I love my Cabello. It's one of my... It's up there. If I want to vape a certain way, I go to the Cabello. But right, that has been 1 hour and 21 minutes. I think I've imposed myself on you long enough. Before I go, there's one person I want to say goodbye, good night to, especially. Good night, Mrs. Mo. Thank you for letting Mr. Mo spend some of his evening with us. We really appreciate it. Right. There'll be a review up tomorrow morning for an RDRBA. I can't remember how to pronounce it properly, but yeah. Have a good evening. Thank you so much for watching. Don't worry about liking, subscribing, or commenting, or any of that shite, because